FNaF 1 is scary. Like, really scary. I know it's a very generic thing to say, and I'm pretty sure many just don't find it scary at all anymore. Hell, I literally see Freddy and the gang every single day on my wall as a poster, so you'd think at this point I would be absolutely numb to them as well. Yet, for some reason, whenever I play FNaF 1, I still find myself absolutely quaking. There could be a number of factors that make it this way. The amazing sound design, the perfect use of harsh shadows and lighting, the animatronics genuinely looking creepy as hell, and so on and so on. But I still think those are something that I and most people can get used to by night 5. But there's one thing that still gets me to this day, and I think most people would agree is still horrifying when it's encountered. There's a reason why Golden Freddy is seen as such an icon in FNaF. His first appearance is still one of the scariest moments in the franchise, and I definitely think there's a lot more of a reason to this than just an unexpected jump scare. I believe there's an element that he uses to make him stand out from everyone else and have him spark a whole generation's worth of mystery and speculation. So, let's travel back in time and put ourselves in the shoes of someone who's playing the game for the first time, and maybe we can find out what is it that makes Golden Freddy so scary, and if he's the only one that uses this element of horror. So, when you boot up FNaF 1, the vibes are definitely off. I mean, go figure, you're in a dinky-ass, stinky-ass pizzeria. That being said, there's something definitely off about the animatronics, too. And I don't even mean in a, oh wow, these robots aren't normal way. I mean, well, let's look at them for a second. These things aren't realistic, like, at all. Not even by a long shot. They have exposed skeletons and visible second teeth, but also they just kind of look a little low poly and, truth be told, kind of low quality as well. And this is obviously because Scott Cawthon has a very 90s way of making models, but honestly, it kind of works in their favor. Them being more unrealistic and having a more dated look to their models gives them this strange, creepy factor that I genuinely can't describe, but it's used to incredible effect under the lighting the game uses. Although, eventually, you definitely can get used to them, especially as they just kind of move to your office and you close the door when you need to. Until you get to Golden Freddy. One night you flip through to Cam B and see a strange gold version of Freddy replacing his normal poster. Within a second, your camera's forced down and Golden Freddy sits in front of you. He's utterly massive even when sitting down. Right as you begin to process what happens, your entire screen becomes the gold bear and your game just crashes. No game over, no going back to the main menu, you're just utterly bewildered at what the fuck just happened to your game. And I think that's what gets me about his jump scare. Unlike any other animatronic, Golden Freddy reaches out and essentially breaks the fourth wall you didn't even realize was there and forcibly closes the game down. And interestingly enough, he isn't the only one that does this. Say you wanted to replay or boot up FNaF 1 and just out of nowhere without warning this happens. This screen is the only rare screen that happens like this in the first game, and it's just so strange. Like, the creepiness of just staring at his face when all of a sudden his eyes glare at you in a slight wall-eyed manner, and then the game just goes to the main menu like absolutely nothing happened. It's creepy, but more importantly, it feels like, yet again, the game reaches out of its own confines towards the player. In a way, it's meta horror. And once you notice these details of the game acting wrong, you start to notice it everywhere. How your screen flashes spooky imagery, the dated looking models, the sound design is really compressed, making it feel more ominous, and of course, Golden Freddy himself. Now, not all of these features are intentional. Like I said before, Scott Cawthon just has an old way of making models, and the audio comes from how actually dogshit of an engine Click Team is. But it still makes the game creepier, in my opinion. The game feels so old even compared to 2014 standards, and already the building in the game is haunted enough as is. With all all the creepy and disturbing imagery that'll just happen on the cameras and such. It really feels believable that the game could feel haunted too, and I don't think I was the only one who thought of something like this either. I genuinely feel that this meta-horror aspect of the game is what sparked kids to spread so many rumors back in the day. The game was so mysterious and new, yet so dated feeling that people had to think there was some secret dog animatronic in the back, or this game was made after a real-life Freddy Fazbear's that existed in the 80s. Just like other video games back in the day that felt so vast and expansive that people could believe Luigi was in Mario 64, or a creepy Ratman was in GTA San Andreas, or even that creepy dude was watching you in your solo Minecraft world. FNaF had a strangely very similar effect, except this was a tiny game built in Click Team. It really shows how good its horror was and how unique the game felt at the time. And surely it would only be a matter of time until Scott Cawthon or some other dev team could catch wind of this idea.
Welcome to the Freddy Fazbear Virtual Experience. Fazbear Entertainment is excited to join the digital age, and what better way to do that than with an edge-of-your-seat virtual reality experience.
Let's shift gears and go to 2019 with the release of Help Wanted. There is no doubt in my mind that Steelwool or Scott Cawthon didn't realize FNAF 1 had this meta-horror vibe and wanted to take advantage of it. Because Help Wanted is just straight up a meta-horror game, forcing the player into a universe where a video game was made to capitalize on the rumors of Freddy Fazbear's from many years ago. Even making a fake Freddy Fazbear's pizza image based on a real-life Chuck E. Cheese restaurant just to give it that old rumored image look. As you continue into the game, you notice how strange and abstract everything feels. Like, there's no ceiling above you in the main menu, it's just the void. And hard mode doesn't make it any better, with the game starting to unravel and its assets being randomly placed, or the game just completely flipping on its head, sometimes literally. And just like in the first game, there's something else with you that reaches past its confines.
I saw it for the first time today. There was a character I couldn't make out who it was, standing at the end of the hall. I thought it was just bugged out, so I made a note of it and kept playing. But then it was looking in the window, and not like Chica or Bonnie would. It was like it was actually looking in the window, seeing what I was doing.
Five Nights at Freddy's is a very strange game, and a very good one too. Everyone has talked about every reason as to why it got the success it deserves, and I felt like it only made sense for me to throw my hat into the ring as well. I also think this meta horror idea is why the ransomware subcategory became so popular, since it brought back that old haunted or broken video game feel that the first game low-key kinda had. Anyways, that's about all I wanted to say. I hope to try to make this a bit of a saga where I talked about FNAF 2, then 1, then most likely 3 will be next, and then I'll cap it off with 4 since I have a very special video in mind for that, so hopefully that's exciting. Don't forget to do the standard YouTube stuff, and I'll see you all next time.
Oh, hey.